the second half.
Outside Peyton. Butler on the wing. Lets it fly. Highsmith grabs the board.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Burks passes to Hero. There's the triple. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, that's the danger of giving Hero a look from deep.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Mitchell's checked in for Miami. Warriors trail by 4. Pass to post. To the inside. Here's Kuminga. Banked it in off the glass.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's where. Spencer grabs the miss.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Down low. Here's Kuminga. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Kuminga's gotten his second bucket of the game.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
They set the pick. Adebayo from long range.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Pass to Spencer. Outside Kuminga. Here's Spencer. Heel to screen on Hero. Spencer, no good.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Here's where. The fadeaway J is off the mark. The Warriors have gotten 7 of their first 12 shots to go. Pass to Heel. Outside Kuminga. Here's Spencer. Lets it go from deep. It doesn't go for him. The 3 is up. He buries it from 3. And the Heat lead by 3.
A pretty talented distributor. Tyler Hero isn't one to force his own look.
Kuminga's shot is off. Miami has gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Pass to Spencer. Here's post. 4-3. And that one's good. Spencer.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Miami making a switch here. Anderson inside. Kuminga's on him. Here's Hield. Still without a bucket. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. And a look at the stats for Tyler Hero.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Jackson Davis comes in for Santos. And the Heat shooting a phenomenal 60% on the first.
Get there.
Well, Coach, how about the Eric Spoelstra story? Started as a video coordinator with the Heat back in '95. You were an assistant in Miami back then.
Yeah, look, Brian, even then, Eric is one of the rare guys that all of us on the staff knew right from the beginning that he had all the makings of a great coach. Players trusted him and had confidence in his ability to help them.
From the video room to the Hall of Fame one day.
No question. Well, a player like Anderson will always have a role because he's a glue guy who can do a little of everything, and he doesn't need the ball to make an impact.
No good on the second free throw. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Adebayo's got his second basket on the night.
Adebayo being aggressive there. Quick release on the catch and shoot.
And he hits it and gets hacked. A three-point chance here if he can convert.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Knox, he's checked in for the Warriors. Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire two-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as you can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. Here's Spencer. He has 6. Pass to Looney. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Knox. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Miami's gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Mitchell finds Anderson. And he buries his first look.
And sometimes you forget how long Anderson is. Possessing a 7'2" wingspan, it makes him a problem inside.
Out to the wing. Here's Knox. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
At the line for the Warriors, Kevin Knox II, 1.
And that one misses. Outside, Anderson. From deep, Mitchell. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. It's all tied in Miami. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, what do you think about the Heat here?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
Here's Pajemski. So on the floor for Golden State, Brandon Pajemski out there with Moody, and it's Santos in at the small forward. Inside, up top Pajemski. Beyond the arc. Adebayo grabs the board.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Outside Mitchell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Heat lead by 2.
Yeah, a versatile player. Hero is terrific at sensing when his guys are open.
Pass to Knox. Back to Pajemski. Launches a 3. Sinks the tray. Pajemski's got 5 now. Neither side willing to relent.
That's led to 8 lead changes and a bunch of drama already.
Hero outside. Now here's Mitchell. There's a screen. The 3. Where tips it back in. Give him 8 points now.
He has the knack for being in the right spot at the right time. Gets a lot of sneaky points with his work on the glass.
Pass to post. Moody from outside. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Highsmith passes to Mitchell. Here's Ware. Here's Highsmith. Pure from three-point range. And now it's a 4-point Miami lead.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Pass to post. Here's Knox. And they pick up 2. Knox has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Adebayo, no good. The Warriors have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Moody.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
And the Warriors making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. They host the Hawks after this one. And that'll wrap up what has been a 5-game homestand for them. Pass to Mitchell. Lets it go from the wing. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. And the Heat lead by 4. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Stand back in your early coaching days. What was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
Nice. And the Heat making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. And the Warriors making a switch here. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Green with a screen on Hero. Back to Green. Shot clock at 5. Here's Moody. Ooh, solid defense from Mitchell. Heat leading by 4. Pass to Wiggins. It's tipped. Outside, Green. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. Now looking at the 2K leaderboard, specifically which teams have created a lot of turnovers and cashed in on the other end during the last 10 games. The Warriors, 4th.
They've turned up the heat defensively over this last stretch, trying to force more turnovers. That's been their game.
Wiggins outside. The 3 ball. Warriors with the rebound. They come into this one following the loss to Atlanta.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
From the arc. And Wiggins knocks down the 3.
Yeah, good job by Wiggins, playing at his pace and carving out space for his shot.
Outside Moody. It falls. He's now 2 of 5 from the field.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Now here's Hero. 35 points for him last game against Charlotte.
And he did his part from the line. Drew fouls and made them count.
Wiggins for 3, rebounded by Butler. Warriors trail by 5. And coach, when we get to the playoffs, Jimmy Butler plays his best basketball.
Well, Brian, look, it's tangible. You see his numbers go up in the postseason. Butler's been the #1 option on multiple finals teams. That puts him in rare company.
Hero outside. Has to Ware. Wiggins looking around. Wiggins with another miss.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Outside Payton. It's Pajemski on the wing. Back to Payton. And there's the rejection. Pass to Hero. Back to Mitchell. Shot blocked. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He wants to review the game plan.
And we'd all love to hear what goes on in those huddles, but we just get the snapshots.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Burks, he's checked in for Hero. Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Heald comes in for Moody.
Substitution on the court. That was your Heat dancers, everyone. Sometimes that's the call.
Here's Ware. Give him 8 points now. Fires in the triple. Ware's got 11 points.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Pass to Payton. Here's the pick. Here's Looney. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And of course, taking it inside, always a great game plan. And I'm curious if there'll be an adjustment from the defensive end. Maybe sag off some shooters a little.
And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that play.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the mantle? To the paint. Looney inside, hounded by Wiggins. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Heald. And the Warriors miss again. Heat leading by 5. Here's Mitchell. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And some changes here for the Warriors. Jackson Davis comes in for Draymond Green, and it's Knox in for Payton. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Warriors trail by 7. Pass to Looney. Back to Pajemski. Now Jackson Davis. Now Pajemski. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up. And that one's good. Knox. Knox has got 4 points now in the quarter. Outside Burks. "13 feet out." Jackson Davis grabs a miss.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Outside Pajemski. Pass to Looney. Jackson Davis with it. Over Anderson. Jackson Davis misses.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Well, Anderson is used to having to finish through contact. He's so good at baiting defenders to foul him.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. Santos comes in for Knox.
If a player is fouled on a made basket as he goes to the free throw line, my call would sound like this.
Warriors trail by 8. Pajemski with it. 33 points last game. To the middle. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Heat. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Golden State Warriors. On Friday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against Chris Paul and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that game against Los Angeles, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more even pairing in the league. That one promises to be a really closely fought battle.
Wiggins passes to Burks. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. Here's Santos. Off the mark there with a 3.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pass to Anderson. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Kuminga. Back to Pajemski. And here's Hield. No points yet. And stolen by Adebayo. Outside Burks. Pass to Anderson. The kick out to Wiggins. Sinks it from distance.
Yeah, from the perimeter, Wiggins can be very, very efficient. You just can't allow him to find those looks.
Looney, a screen on Burks. Pajemski. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Pajemski's got 8.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Heat up by 12. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Guys, thanks. Andrew, this team has set the tone at the defensive end. What's working for you?
We just got after it. That's the main thing. We just try to make them uncomfortable. We test everything, and we were converting on the other side.
It's all about the effort. Back to you.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Miami Heat.
You know, on the boards, they've been ferocious. They've been intimidating. Reminds me of watching big fella out there.
You know they're going to have some bruised elbows tonight. Thank you, Kenny. That was your first compliment in 3 years.
Two.
Taking a closer look at the first half matchups, these two guys have led the way for their teams.
You watch them, they have competing styles, man. But the net effect, at least offensively, is very, very similar.
Pretty crazy how easy it is for these guys to score.
They make it look easy, Ernie. It ain't.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. How about Andrew Wiggins? Man, is he playing well.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center position. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Now Hero. And there's the screen. 3-pointer. And the Heat, another 3.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Inside, Moody on the wing. Miami grabs the miss.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Let's go with a 3. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
Hero outside. From deep. No luck on that one.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Moody. All right, let's look at the last handful of seasons and the steals numbers for Jimmy Butler.
And when you see the decline his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's not playing that type of gritty, intense D that he's used to. That's a part of his game he needs to bring back.
Burks passes to Wiggins. Jacks up a 3. Count it. That's his 6th field goal in 12 tries.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Pass to Green. To the inside. Outside Butler. Here's Payton. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup.
Here's Adebayo. Some solid defense from Butler.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
A multiple-time All-Star. What aspect of Adebayo's game stand catches your eye nightly?
Well, Brian, I'd say it's not one thing. He's a very complete player. He can rebound, defend, pass, score. This guy does it all.
And by all accounts, a great teammate as well.
That's exactly right.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
have a look at the teams who have been shooting the ball the most consistently these past 10 games. The fourth spot held by the Warriors.
Well, their offensive efficiency was really impressive during the last month. They're looking to carry that momentum into this one.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Down low to stop the drought. Denied by Adebayo.
Well, Adebayo's a little undersized at the center spot, but he can give you some shot blocking.
On the wing, Burks launches it. The Warriors pull it in. Butler's got his 6th rebound on the night. Green in the post. Butler on the wing. Here's Podziemski. Gets the 3 ball to go. Podziemski's got 11.
Well, really, he's a point forward. You can run your offense through Jimmy Butler.
Adebayo from long range. It's rebounded by Golden State. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Pelicans at Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. It'll be game 3 of 6 on their current trip. Moody passes to Butler. Clock at 4. Payton with a screen on Adebayo. And here's Butler outside. And he missed there. 4 for 8 shooting now so far. Burks finds Hero. Here's Adebayo. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Pass to Moody. Green with the ball. Here's Payton. He's guarded by Hero. Butler with the ball. Lets the 3 fly. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. He's got 12.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
Highsmith, he's checked in for Miami. The Warriors also with a sub. Looney's checked in. Pass to Highsmith. There's a screen by Wiggins. Now Hero. To the paint. Here's Adebayo. Here's the 3. Miami, no good that time either. Warriors trail by 15. Here's Butler. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Butler's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, when Jimmy Butler is on, he is one of the scariest matchups in the league.
To end the drought. Oh, look at Wiggins rising inside.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible. Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Looking to get back on track. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up at 6'9". Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
No good on the free throw.
I don't know any coach who wouldn't love to have a Bam Adebayo. His versatility and commitment to the game are just outstanding.
Miami making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. Good on the second one.
You have to love the style Bam brings with him to the floor. He's such a spirited player, and you can see his teammates enjoy it as well.
Pass to Kuminga. Here's Hield. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Clock at 6. Looney, a screen on Mitchell. And it's Hield missing.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Highsmith passes to Hero. Here's Highsmith. There's a screen. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Looney inside. Left side Moody. Hield, a screen on Hero. Moody from outside. Ooh, the smooth three from Moody.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Pass to Adebayo. The 3. Looney grabs a miss. Looney's got 5 rebounds in the game.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
There's the block. Fast break. Here come the Heat. The deep 3 from Hero. Rebounded by Hield.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Here's Highsmith. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Got it in deep, and that's how you do it.
Miami making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in, and this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Their lead could be even bigger right now, but their efficiency from the line has dropped off a little.
It's Wiggins on the wing, guarded by Hield. Wiggins outside, over Hield. Wiggins no good. Warriors trail by 16. Robbed. Up top Hero. Moody defends. Wiggins outside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Good work by Wiggins going right into the coverage. Now, he knows how to get himself to the line and get the shot off.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on that one.
Yeah, the first overall pick in 2014, Andrew Wiggins has carved out a nice career as a scoring wing.
Anderson's checked in for Miami. Mitchell comes in for Bam Adebayo. The Warriors also with a sub. Pajimski's checked in. And he sinks the second. Here's Pajimski. 11 points in the game. Pass to post. Outside Kuminga. Here's Santos. Knocked loose. Here's Highsmith. 11 points in the game. On the wing, Mitchell. Defended by Pajimski. Hero with the bucket.
Yeah, busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Down low. Here's Kuminga. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Kuminga's got his third basket on the night right there.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Right side Anderson. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
And he's got his fourth free throw of the game. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. The Warriors also with a sub. Payton's checked in for Hield. .149 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Santos. Takes a three. Connects from downtown.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Oh, there's the alley! And Adebayo slams it in.
Well, he can do that. Adebayo's an excellent athlete, even by NBA standards.
Pass to post. Here's Santos. He's guarded by Hero. Lets it go from 11. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim. Santos has got 5 points now in the quarter. Hero outside. Hits the trifecta. And the Heat lead by 20.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Outside Pajemski. Over Mitchell. The shot by Pajemski, no good. And for the Heat, they're shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
He's made 3 of 4 free throw attempts in this game. Burks, he's checked in for Hero. And Golden State also making a switch. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Kuminga. And Anderson, no good on that one. The Warriors shooting the ball at 43% from the field. Pass to Santos. And here is Green. Here's Payton. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Heat out in front, running away with it. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up next. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. So on the floor for Golden State, we've got Green. Gary Payton II is out there with Moody. Then there's Kevon Looney, and it's Butler in at the 3. Burks for 3. Looney grabs a miss. Looney's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Moody. Looney the screen. Moody with it. Now Burks defending. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian, it's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up.
He's perfect from the line this time. Heat leading by 18. Anderson drives. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Moody. Now here's Looney. Looney, a screen on Mitchell. Moody from outside. Hits a three-pointer. Moody's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
Here's Anderson. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
Defensive foul.
Hero, he's checked in for Miami. Heald's checked in for the Warriors.
First team foul. Now at the line, Kyle Anderson. 1.
And it's Butler with the ball for the Warriors. It's an 18-point game. Pass to Looney.
Second team foul.
We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Here's Butler. Again, the Warriors score.
And Jimmy Butler is very comfortable operating in that mid-range area.
Anderson with it, working on Green. Wiggins finds Anderson, 6 to shoot. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to go on Draymond Green. And Anderson drops them both. Warriors trail by 18. Pass to Looney. Now Butler. And it's Miami with a rebound. 22 was their biggest lead.
Wiggins has always had a knack for that. Get inside, force the D to commit, and draw the foul.
Third team foul. Now at the line,
The first free throw is good. Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Warriors trail by 19. And he gets it to go.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Hero for 3. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Yeah, he's crafty in the two-man game. Hero getting the space he needs.
Pass to Kuminga. Looney, a screen on Wiggins. Here's Kuminga. Oh, rejected by Wiggins. Anderson against Looney. And that one drops for him. Anderson's got 12 points here in the second half.
Just terrific to see Anderson going for it offensively, playing with a ton of confidence on that end.
And we haven't seen a new franchise join the NBA stand since the Charlotte Bobcats in 2003. 20 years later, though, things seem to be percolating a bit.
Well, you've seen it, Brian. There's some deep pockets out there and some great markets, all vying to get into the action. And we know that the NBA is all about growth.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Hero, the pass to Highsmith. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Outside Moody. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And the first one at the line is good.
They're finding a rhythm from the line as they try to cut into this deficit.
And the Warriors make some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. And Pajemski subbed in for Hield. So he gets them both.
Well, he might have been a little passive in the first half, but that's changed. I like this more aggressive approach.
Mitchell, the pass to Highsmith. Wiggins outside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Will stand the minimum games threshold for postseason awards. It seems to be working as a motivator.
Well, especially, Brian, because those awards can impact player contracts. So that benchmark, 65 games, about 80% of the schedule, that's a bar that players are looking to surpass.
Do you like the 65 games, or would you like to see a different number?
I mean, I think it's great. If anything, I'd like to see it higher.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Green. Heald comes in for Moody. And Santos is subbed in for Pajemski. He hits the second from the line.
Well, remember, Hero came into the league as a scorer, and he's only gotten better, continuing to round out his game.
Looney, the screen. Santos. And the three off target. Heat leading by 22. Here's Hero. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Hero's got 6 points in the quarter. Butler passes to Heald. Outside Butler. Looney, the screen. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another three to fall.
With the floater. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Pajemski's checked in for Looney. Here's Wiggins. He takes it in. Got it again. That makes him 8 for 15 for the night.
And once Wiggins turns it on, he's tough to slow down. And right now, he is rolling.
Kuminga up top, hounded by Wiggins. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one belongs to Wiggins. Coach, what's the challenge of NBA travel like?
Well, look, all of us in the NBA just have to come clean on this. We travel on first-class charters. We're taken care of as well as you can possibly be taken care of. It's just that there's a lot of travel in an NBA season, and if you're on the coast, you probably feel it a little bit more even than the teams in the middle of the country.
Hero, the pass to Wiggins. And there's a pick. A clear look for Hero. And it falls all over the rim and in. Hero's got 16 in the second half.
Well, he was scuffling with this shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
Here's Butler. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
Personal foul. Team is in the penalty. At the line for the Warriors, Jimmy Butler.
Well, one thing that's never in doubt, the level of effort you're going to get from Jimmy Butler on a nightly basis.
And it's rejected. And so the ball out of bounds. He'll touch it last. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Wiggins outside. He drops it from range. Wiggins has got 24 points.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those. Well, that's 4 turnovers for him on the game. giving away possessions will not endear him to his coaching staff.
Miami has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Outside Mitchell. Where? That's good.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Pass to Santos. Kuminga up top. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, BA, it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Burks, he's checked in for Miami. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Podziemski, and that comes off the assist by Green. Green's got 3 assists in the game.
A top passer at his position. Green really takes pleasure in feeding his guys and getting them going.
And it's Ware missing. Golden State has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. And rejected. Inside, here's Wiggins. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Just springing off the floor. Wiggins showing his athletic ability.
To the middle. Here's Kuminga. And that basket makes him 5 for 10. Steady production so far.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Here's Burks. Podziemski grabs the board.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, BA, I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Miami making a switch here. Adebayo's checked in. Pass to Ware. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
He's been shooting with great consistency tonight. Love to see that confident play on offense.
Butler up top. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. Well, Stan, you've coached some lockdown defenses. With the way the game is officiated these days, is it getting too hard to defend?
Well, it's certainly frustrating. You've heard defenders saying everything is a foul. We might need to redefine incidental contact.
Watch Tyler. Hero outside. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Hero's got 21.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
Warriors foul. Jonathan Kuminga. First personal foul. Penalty. 2. Tyler.
First one falls for him. Payton's checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Hield. Hits both from the stripe. And so it's Golden State with it. Pass to Green. Here's Butler. Right side Moody. Shot clock at 6. Releases. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Moody's got 9 points now in the quarter. Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Here's Ware. Green covering. It's rebounded by Golden State. Butler's got 7 rebounds in the game. It's good. Butler's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
It doesn't matter what angle you give him. When Butler gets inside, you know he's going to convert.
And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there. All right, Stan, what's one rule you change if you could be commissioner for a day?
Well, first thing I want to know, Brian, if I get to be commissioner for the day, for that day, do I get Adam Silver's salary?
100%.
Brian, I'd get rid of all the replays.
all the replays. No more reviews. Human factor.
No reviews, no challenges. Let's play the game and keep the flow of the game going.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And it's Butler with the ball for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Green. To the inside. Outside Pajemski. Green, a screen. The shot by Pajemski, no good. Miami has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Heat.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And so they'll chalk up another win and put themselves at 31 wins on the year.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
Back to Hero. From outside the arc. Drills it from deep.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside for Butler. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for that.
So no problem for Miami as they get the win. Well, this might not have been the most competitive